Here with the one and only former world champion, retired at the moment, hopefully stays retired.
I'm retired, bro.
Mikey Garcia. Yo, Mikey, let's talk about a lot of things before we even get into what you've been up to and what you've been doing and everything. First, let's talk about this past weekend and the fights that happened this weekend. The biggest controversy or the biggest question is, it was a majority draw, but yet everybody saw Tank take that knee, and the ref didn't call it a knockdown.
Yeah.
Didn't come after a punch or anything, but from what you know as a fighter, as a boxer, you fought in New York as well. Was that a knockdown? Was that a voluntary knockdown?
That was a knockdown, bro. It should have been counted a knockdown. Anytime a fighter takes a knee or glove touches the ground, that should be an automatic knockdown. He didn't go down from a punch that hurt him or anything. Not a flash knockdown, but he did take a knee, and he actually took a knee after a jab. If you look at the tape, it was a jab, and he kind of takes a couple steps back and takes a knee. Someone could have said that was a delayed effect. Someone else could have said it was a delayed, punch that might disturb his eye or whatever, and took a knee. Point of it is, that should have been a knockdown. That should have overturned the scorecard, and if that was the case, then Roach would have won.
Furthermore, he goes to the corner after he gets up, and they wipe his face off and everything.
They could have called off the fight there. They could have disqualified the corner, or he turns his back and walks away from the fight. That could have been a knockout lost, But at bare minimum, that's a knockdown.
Yeah, and taking back to what you just said, that's kind of what happened with Angulo when he fought Lara. He got hit in the eye. He turned around, and they stopped it right there.
Called it off. And I mean, circumstances throughout the fight. The ref has to judge. That's his job, to judge whether, maybe the fighter's taking enough punishment where he turns his back, they're going to call it. Or if it's a different occasion where something might happen and the fighter kind of takes a little step to the side, they might want to wonder what's going on. Is there something, is there an issue? But again, a fighter takes a knee or touches the ground, the canvas with his glove, whatever, at bare minimum, that's a knockdown. At bare minimum. So to me, that they should have called it. That would have changed the scorecard, and again, Roach would have been the winner.
Where do you think they go from here? Do you think they do a rematch, considering the fact nobody really gave Roach a shot, really? A lot of people thought Tank was going to go in there, especially
I was one of them.
Especially after what he did to Frank Martin and everything.
I was one of them. I think they will do a rematch. I think they actually will. Hopefully, it's an immediate rematch. I think fans would really enjoy that also. And Roach would obviously enjoy that because he wants to, get a shot at him again after a performance that no one really believed he could pull off, and he did. I'm sure he feels like they robbed him from that victory. I mean, I would like to see the rematch. It was a good fight. And because of the controversy, it deserves a rematch, an immediate rematch, not just a rematch, down the year, 2 years. No, immediate. I hope they get it, and I think they will, because Tank's team, and he doesn't want to leave it up to, controversy like that, so he'll take the rematch.
Tank himself has said that he's going to retire after this year. Do you think the performance he put on that day kind of insinuates that he's not taking boxing as, I'm not going to say seriously, but more dedicated to it like he was in the past, compared to now him thinking about retirement?
I don't know. I think it wasn't so much that he didn't perform to his full potential. I think it's that Roach actually had a really good game plan, and he stepped up, and just performed, to his best of his abilities, and that made it a much more difficult fight for Tank, and much more, not necessarily harder, but it was more difficult for Tank to overcome, and he saw someone that was there for a win, not just there to get paid and take a paycheck. He was there to win. So I think you saw the best version of Roach, and I mean, that's why he was able to perform the way he did. Tank wants to retire, maybe. Who knows? He's young enough, still healthy enough to continue, but if he felt like, maybe this is his last year, then maybe do the rematch. And if he clearly dominates on the rematch, then he could retire and fully, finish his career and be happy. Who knows? I mean, only a few, a few months, maybe we'll tell.